welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another unboxing, but this time it's going to be a Bluetooth speaker, the Bytech On-The-Go speaker. Doesn't exactly have a official name, it looks like, but that is what the box says, so that's what we're going to go with. So as soon as I put this drop in, we're going to hop right into this video. All right, so we're back. So first things first, let's talk a little bit about this speaker. Now this is a headset that's being sold at Five Below. Like I said, it's by Bytech and it's called On-The-Go speaker. Now what we're going to do is we're going to unbox the speaker, talk about a little bit about the specifications. Then I'm going to show you how to actually sync it, and then we'll go from there. That way we'll be able to see what the actual name of the Bluetooth speaker is. Because I know a lot of times with these products, if you buy something as straightforward as EarPods or Galaxy Buds or certain name products, the name is there when you search it. Granted, a lot of these speakers don't actually, I don't know if they're rebranded speakers or not by other companies, but I'm pretty sure they originally have a name and it's just not put on a speaker itself. Some have it, some don't. Anywho, this is the speaker itself. If you're wondering, actually, let's just take a look at the speaker. Then we'll actually dive into the specifications of what everything does. So up top here, what do we have here? Let's take a look. All right, so you have your USB, your micro USB card slot, USB-A, said that wrong. Micro USB right here. I'm sorry, there you go. The micro USB. Unfortunately, a lot of these products don't use USB-C, but that's fine. It's $5, $6 for speakers, so you get what you get. Your SD card slot, if you decide you want to play music from this and you don't want to hook it up to a what is it called? A Bluetooth device. Remember, this does have the option to be hooked up to a phone, tablet, whatever Bluetooth device that you have, but you also do have the ability to play music directly from this. And that's actually a pretty cool feature for those that don't want to necessarily hook this up to a Bluetooth and just have it play music primarily from a different source, but it's optional. Personally, I do the music. You have your aux button right here, and then you have your power on, power off. Go backwards, fast forward, scan, and play. So scan, this does have the option for the FM radio. For those that are wondering, again, I don't use the FM radio. I haven't listened to the radio in years. Normally, I either stream music or I download directly from the source where I own it, and that's how I go about things. But anywho, that's the speaker right here. So if we talk about texture, design, it feels a little cheap plastic. Nothing super special or anything like that. I do think the speaker looks pretty nice, though. It's a pretty cool looking speaker with a little handle. So for those that want to carry this, especially if you're vacationing, beaching, once we hear the sound, because I did do a sound profile on this, it's not a boombox. So if you're expecting extreme bass and things like that, you're definitely not going to get it with this product. I'm just going to tell you up front. More so, I use this just to test it out, to listen to podcasts, amongst other things. Granted, I do have better speakers. But again, it's always good to do an extensive test, so you can figure out what it is that you like, what it is that you don't. And I am glad that these speakers are fairly cheap, because if I would have paid $20 for this and, went home expecting to hear some great bass, I would have been sorely disappointed. Anywho, let's talk a little specifications about this bad boy here. Bluetooth 5.0. Sound output 5 volts, so it's not going to charge very fast. I don't expect it to. It's a speaker. It takes roughly about 3 hours to charge. We're talking from a dead battery up until fully charged. Playtime, 5 hours. So if you're one of those people where you play music while you're cleaning, you play music while you're doing something in the background, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you can get a good week out of this, assuming that's how you play music. If you're a music lover, not a chance. You're always going to constantly be connected to a charger, which therefore I would suggest, a more up-to-date pill Anchor speaker or something like that that'll last you 20 hours, 30 hours, those type of speakers. But granted, if money is an issue, you're just looking for something to pass the time, still, there are better speakers at Five Below, for the most part, that do have better bass. It's just more of a situation when you see it, you need to make sure that you buy it, because a lot of times they don't get restocked until, who knows, 6 months, a year from now, or sometimes the product never comes back. 33 feet when it comes to the Bluetooth. And the battery is 1200 mAh, but I don't really throw the battery in there, primarily because once they tell you the battery life, it doesn't matter how big the battery is, we already know what the battery life is going to be. All right, so What we're going to go ahead and do is turn this on so you can see it right here. Place that there. And assuming this tablet is on, there we go. Come on, tablet. There we go. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is unlock this tablet. And we are going to sync this and then play some music from YouTube. So we'll go to the Bluetooth settings. I'll show you what this tablet actually looks. You don't have to see me go into the settings, but I'll show you. So here we are. So what we're going to see is BYBS 171. That's why I said Bytech. Well, I can't even say Bytech. I'm not even sure what this name comes from, because there's nothing on here that signifies that that name will pop up. But again, like I always said, it's hard to determine, to ask you for the pair request. And we're connected. So like I always said, it's always good to look at speakers and try to figure out what it is that, basically what, I'm all over the place. I'm actually trying to find YouTube. I'm going to play some YouTube friendly music. I have to search it. And we'll go ahead and do this sound test. I'm sorry, but anyway, like I was saying before, a lot of times with these Bluetooths, if it's an unknown Bluetooth, it's not going to necessarily know the name of what it is that you're trying to search. You may not know. And if you're in an area like downtown or a highly populated area, office buildings, you can kind of get lost in the sauce, because you'll detect a lot of different Bluetooth names. So just be wary that 9 times out of 10, depending on if you're using an Android, especially Android, a lot of times the Bluetooths pop up as like a headphone adapter. So you'll know the difference between them, but that's all about the operating system that you're using. If you're using OnePlus like I am, or if you're using, I'm using Samsung at the moment, but if you're using a OnePlus or any other device, it might be a little bit harder for you to find that name, but it's okay though. See, free video music for YouTube videos. Let me put this up so that way I don't want to be monetized, whatever you call it, when they cut me. The copyright. There you go. No copyright, YouTube. Calm down. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play a little bit of this. Now, granted, it's not as high as I think it could be. Let me see how high the volume actually is on this thing. All right, about 70%. Okay. Fast forward. All right, so, whoops, knock that over. Anyway, with that being said, honestly, it's not a bad speaker at all. Now, like I said, granted, it's unfortunate that I started my YouTube page so late, because there were some amazing wireless speakers that had 10, 12-hour battery lives that doubled down at the charging dock and it was fully wireless and everything that Five Below used to sell. And I kind of wish I was able to show you guys those speakers. Unfortunately, I don't have them anymore, and that was quite some time ago. But what I will say is that this speaker isn't bad. Now, if you hold the mode button, I forgot, someone asked me about this in another video. With these types of speakers, you actually turn off the lights. Okay, they're called RBG, or whatever they're called. They actually turn off the lights in case that's too much flashing, especially at night. If you're epileptic, I believe it's called epileptic, and you can't really see those type of colors flashing, it is possible to turn it off like I just showed you. Let me do that again. Turn it on, hold it, turn it off. There you go. So I'm going to turn the speaker off now. So like I said, this isn't a bad speaker for the $5. It does a job. It plays music, plays clearly. It doesn't have extreme bass or anything. Like when you listen to this video, it might sound really good versus you don't get the quality of sound when you're in person. Like I can hear way clearer than you guys can hear it. And so you may say, oh, well, this sounds good. It might give me the bass that I want. It won't. It really won't. I've played some AC/DC, some Linkin Park, quite a few artists. And everything from rap to rock to just Japanese. It did not hold well when it comes to bass, but the sound in general just coming out, it did do a good job of, I didn't hear any really distortion or anything like that when you turn the volume up. Again, I'm in an office space, so I don't want to just blast music out of nowhere. You know, people be like, what's going on? But it's a decent speaker for the price. Put it that way. Now, what I will say is if you're listening to sound, podcasts, amongst other things, especially like talking point videos or educational videos, or whatever you want to call it, the speaker is better for that, in my opinion, than it is to rock out to some serious music. You're going to want something that's a little more oomph, a little bit more bass if that's what you're looking for. But if you just want something that has okay battery life, 5 hours isn't bad for a $6 speaker. Granted, I do have reviews where some speakers are 8 hours or longer from the same company, Five Below, and waterproof. But that's an older video on my channel. I say buy it. It's not a bad product. Like for me, I was a little surprised when I saw the box. I was like, oh, this thing looks big on the box, right? And it never occurred to me. I'm like, I keep forgetting that these boxes are way bigger than the product. So it's pretty small. Like if you put it here, the handle, not too big. It's lightweight. It's not bad. I like it. So anyway, that's the video. I should have said this in the beginning, but like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, share the video. I just like doing tech, and let's let the world know what to buy and what to kind of be cautious for, and just know what you're getting yourself into. Because sometimes you'll see a deal. It looks really good. I do it all the time. And that's one of the reasons why I started this channel. I was buying a lot of products that look amazing, but boy, were they terrible. And it's not that the sound was terrible in some of these products. It's just simply when you have enough headphones, and we're talking 40, 50, 60 pairs minimum, you notice subtle sound differences, and you notice that this should not be this price. And that's what this channel is all about. If someone doesn't like it, that's A-okay. That's why we're here to have a discussion. So anywho, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.